Hi guys, hello. Oh, there are my hands. Okay, hi. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be kind of weird as far as how it looks because I'm doing a declutter. And so yeah, I'm pretty much decluttering for college. I'm going to college very soon. I'm moving away. I'm moving to school in less than a month. So I kind of want to declutter my makeup so that I'm not bringing palettes and things like that I don't actually want in makeup. So this is going to be kind of like a series over the next month to just get rid of makeup that I don't use. So we're going to start off with eyeshadow palettes, which I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. It's kind of disgusting. So I think that it's time to start decluttering. So I have all of my eyeshadow in these two boxes and we're just gonna get started. So we're gonna start off with this A Freak palette by Juvia's Place. I love this palette. I'm keeping this palette. I actually think I might be able to hit pan on this shade, which is so weird because it's not like a brown or anything. But I'm gonna do a video on this palette very soon, so I'm definitely keeping this. I have my two ColourPop 9 pans. Let me take them out of the boxes. I've gotten really into keeping my makeup in their boxes because I like to keep them clean. But anyways, this is the It's My Pleasure palette. And then here is the Mar palette. Really pretty palettes. I really like these. I got these like last month and I still have yet to I've played with them actually a good amount, but I still want to play with them more, but I'm definitely keeping these obviously because I really enjoy them. I really like these palettes. I think that the formula is really good. It still has like the sticker, the clearance sticker on it. But I think the formula is really good, really easy to work with. And yeah, I really enjoy them so far. So we're just going to go ahead and get the rest of my Juvia's Place palettes out of the way. So here is the Zulu palette. This is a palette my best friend got me. I'm definitely keeping this. I love this palette so much. Such good quality. I have the Masquerade Mini palette. This palette is a bit shattered. This shade came out like the second I got it, and it's such a beautiful shade too. But like the rest of the palette's kind of messy because of it. I haven't used this palette in a while, so I really want to get into using it again, but I really do love these shades. Then I have the Saharan palette. This is probably my least used Juvia's Place palette, even though I'm getting more use out of it just by pairing it with other palettes because these shimmers are beautiful. I just find that using the mattes is kind of, I kind of just like to pair this one because the shimmers are gorgeous. And then the Magic Mini palette, I got some good use out of it when I first got it. This shade and this shade I use a lot. I use more of the top more often than I use the bottom, but I really do love this palette. I think it's really gorgeous. Next, I have an atrocious amount of Makeup Revolution palettes, so we're just going to go ahead and go through these. This is the Neutrals 2 palette. This might be upside down for you. I'm sorry if it is. I'm like upside down from the camera. Anyways, here's what it looks like. I took a fat chunk out of this with my finger on accident, but I really do love this palette. I'm gonna try to pan this shade, but I'm definitely keeping this one. This is one of my like OG palettes. Next is my Iconic Fever palette, and I'm gonna keep this one. At first I got some good use out of it, but it's very neutral for me, but I still really do enjoy it, especially because these shimmers are absolutely stunning. They're like very wet looking shimmers. I really enjoy them. This palette I'm definitely keeping. This is the, what is it called? It's the Velvet Rose palette. It's so gorgeous. Is it broken? No! Did I just break it? I feel like I just broke this. I just cracked it. Anyways. Oh my goodness. No. Whatever. Anyways, here's what the palette looks like. I used to get a lot of use out of it because I used to use this as like my everyday highlight. I have now since stopped doing that. But I definitely really do like this this palette. The shimmers in here are really beautiful as well. I really love Makeup Revolution's formula for shimmers. I think their shimmers are absolutely gorgeous. Next is the Provocative palette. I've used this a good amount. It doesn't look super used, but I have used it a good amount. And I really like how it's a pinky type color story because I really love pink. as you can see. Next is the Division palette, and I am debating keeping this one actually, just because these shimmers are beautiful, but there's only 2 of them, and the mattes are not really calling for me. I haven't gotten really good use out of this. It's like a green palette, and I don't like these, just these greens don't call me, and I have other palettes with better greens. So actually, I'm gonna have to probably get rid of this one, even though I love Makeup Revolution. I just realized this one I just simply don't use, and I don't see myself using it much in the future. Then I have this Marvelous Mattes palette. I was going to do a video on it, but maybe I should still do it. I think I'm still gonna do a video on this, even though I've gotten it. I've had it for a while now. I haven't used it much, which is why I want to do a video on it so I can really get some good use out of it. It's just I find it hard to use an all mattes palette because I just gravitate more towards a palette with shimmers and mattes. But yeah, this one is cool. I'm just gonna keep it for now. And then here is the Vitality palette. Honestly, I did get some good use out of it when I first tried it, but looking at the shades now, I feel like you can only really do a pink look with this. So I'm kind of debating if I'm gonna keep it. I think I'm just gonna keep it for right now and see if I use it more. And by the next declutter, if I don't use it, I'll just get rid of it. So next I have this Happy Mess palette. This is like, I don't even know. Let me open it up, take it out of the box. I bought this because I bought this a long time ago when the brand was, oh my gosh, can this come out of the box? It's not coming out of the freaking box. I really have tried to like this palette. It's, first of all, it was way smaller than what I thought it was going to be. I thought that this shade was going to be a very cool transformative shade, which is why I ultimately bought the palette when this brand was coming out. It's not, it's very sheer. These shadows, I don't know. It's just the shimmers are not really good to me, honestly. They're very sheer, and I've tried to get some good use out of this because I felt like, well, I bought it, but I mean, the only shade that like I really do like is this pink shade, but I have so many pinks that look just like this, so I'm gonna have to get rid of this one. I really have tried it, but I can't. Next is this Rosé in the Air palette by Wet n Wild. I tried this on camera. I did a video on this palette. I do not like this palette. It's so ashy. It's supposed to be like a dupe for an Anastasia palette. I forget which one, but it's supposed to be a dupe. I don't think that it's a dupe for any Anastasia palette, because although the shades might look the same, if the quality isn't even like close to being comparable, then I don't feel like it's a dupe. So yeah, I'm getting rid of this one. I don't like it whatsoever. By the way, the palettes that I get rid of, I'm either going to give to my sisters or try to sell or something like that. I'm not just going to throw them away because I feel like that's just super wasteful. But either way, they're going to go to somebody. So just to let you know. I have this Wet n Wild palette that I've had for a while, ever since I like didn't know how to do my makeup whatsoever. As you can see, this one is really messy. Honestly, I think I'm just going to give this away because even though this shade I feel like is so beautiful and like this has really cool shades in it, I know for a fact I'm never going to use this. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it to like my sisters or something. Next, this is sort of nostalgic because this is like my first palette. I definitely don't ever use this whatsoever, so I'm going to give this away. But I just think that it's kind of nostalgic to see like where I came from. This is like a nudes palette by Glam and Beauty. And yeah, this is weird because I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, I really used this, but I think I did. What the heck? Next, I have my Ultimate Mattes palette from NYX. I actually, at first, did not like it, but then I tried it on camera and realized that I really like it. And I've gotten some use out of it, and I'm going to keep this because I think it's going to be really cool for really cool, colorful looks. But yeah, I actually like this palette now. It's just kind of, you just kind of have to build it up for certain shades. Next, I have this quad from Oriza Beauty that I got in an Ipsy bag. I actually really like this. I like these shimmers a lot. They're very nice, and this is very good for if you just want to do a very simple look. So I'm definitely gonna keep this for travel and things like that. I really like these shades. Actually, it's insane. This is a palette from e.l.f. that I've had for a very long time as well. It's like a beautiful browns palette. I think that's what it's called. Um, I'm gonna give this away. Obviously, I will never use this ever. But it's cute. I mean, it's cute. This shade is really pretty. But yeah, no. So I have this Urban Decay Shadow Box palette that I actually stole from my mom. I'm gonna give it back to her because I find that I never use these shimmers. And I was like, wow, I have an Urban Decay palette. And I've had this for a very long time and I've literally like never used it. Like I just do not use this. It's weird because the shimmers are so pretty, but I feel like I have so many other palettes that are not all shimmers that I use way more. So yeah, that's really what it comes down to. And then this is a BH Cosmetics shadow and blush palette. I got this for Christmas. I've maybe used it twice, maybe. It's weird because these shimmers are really pretty, but trying to make a look with this, I find that I don't use it. Honestly, looking at it now, I feel like I was really going to declutter this, but I think I'm actually going to keep it just because I really do like these shimmers and I need to just use it. Like I need to just actually put effort into using this. So I'm going to keep it for now. Next, I have my Anastasia palettes quickly. This is my Riviera palettes. As you can see, I've gotten use out of this palette. I really love this palette. I think it's so good. The quality obviously is great. I just, you know, this palette definitely does speak to me, and it's my first Anastasia palette. I'm never getting rid of this, and I want to pan every single shadow, so there you go. And next I have my Jackie Aina palette, which is my newest palette. I am absolutely 100% in love with this palette. I've actually found like an everyday look with this palette. So what I do is I use ginger, just kind of at the top of my lid, edges in my crease, use credit to darken up the outer corner, and then I do Soleil on my lid, and I find that look is so pretty. And then I went to a concert and I just put Zamrai over Soleil, and I just felt like it was so pretty, and I just can't wait to get more and more use out of it. So I love this palette so much. Next, I have my Morphe palettes, and I did this really cute thing where I have a lot of office stickers that I bought on like Wish. And so I was like, well, where am I gonna put these? And so I put some of them on Morphe palettes because Morphe does not like to, I guess, do packaging. I don't know. So first I have the Social Butterfly palette. I really like this palette actually. I think it's really cool. The shimmers are definitely very unique. And I just like this whole color story. I think it's really cool. So obviously I'm going to keep this. And yeah, I got this on sale and I'm really happy that I bought it. And it has Creed on it. Next, I have the 25D Oh Boy palette. I got this in a bundle with another palette that I'm going to show later. This palette is obviously all brown, and I really usually do not like neutral palettes, nor do I like all matte palettes, so this is like super not me. However, I got it in a bundle, and I find myself actually using this for like transition shades when I really can't find the perfect transition. I'm like, okay, let me just use this one real quick, and I always seem to find a transition that I like. So yeah, this one I actually do get use out of, which is insane. Next, I have the Boss Mood palette, which is the palette that I got in the bundle with the Oh Boy palette. I've gotten some good use out of this so far, but I feel like I just need to get more use out of it. I don't know. I think I need to get more use out of it. So hopefully I think I'll do like another video with this palette or something. But it's definitely a really pretty palette. I think these greens are definitely better than the greens in that one Makeup Revolution palette that I just decluttered. So yeah, I'm excited to get more use out of this. I'm definitely not getting rid of this. And then I have my Fall into Frost. This is the 35F palette. And this is my first Morphe palette that I've ever gotten. I did a video on it very early on my channel. I don't really use this as much, but these shimmers are really gorgeous and I'm gonna keep it just because, one, I have a sticker of Pam on it, so I cannot get rid of it, and two, this would be great for fall and this would be great for school, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it and just pair it probably with the Oh Boy palette for some neutrals to use with it, because the mattes are very lacking. I think that's one reason why I don't use this, because the mattes are just lacking. And then I have my Jaclyn Hill Bling Boss palette. At one point, this was actually my favorite palette, which is insane to say. And honestly, I don't support Jaclyn Hill. I don't think that she's a good person, and I think that she's a liar. So therefore, like, there are other palettes that are good quality that have these shades. However, I'm gonna keep this palette because I do enjoy it. I did get some good use out of it, definitely when I first got it, and for a while this was like one of my go-tos. So I would say that it's a good palette, but I would say that, like, listen, don't waste your money on Jaclyn Hill. Please do not. Like, just don't do it. She's not I don't think that she's a good person, in my opinion, and until she, like, proves otherwise, I'm definitely not gonna buy anything else that from her or that she's collaborated on. I'm definitely never gonna buy a lipstick from Jaclyn Hill ever in my life. But yeah, but other than that, all that aside, I've definitely gotten some good use out of it, and I definitely do enjoy this palette, and I feel like I need to use it more just because I think that I could pan it. Next, I have this Essence Counting Hearts palette, and by the way, Essence has really been surprising me with how good their stuff is. I've been getting some Essence stuff lately, and I've really enjoyed literally everything I've gotten from them. I don't think that I've gotten, like, a bad product from Essence yet, so I'm definitely intrigued with them and want to try more. This palette is no different. I think this palette is actually beautiful. I need to get more use out of this. I think the thing is that it gives me very fairy tale vibes, and so I feel like I need to use it specifically when I'm being extra. But these shimmers are super transformative, and, like, okay, I think that this shade reminds me of Trust Issues in the Jackie Aina palette. When I saw Trust Issues, I thought of this palette just because the shimmers, you will see it in pan, and when you swatch it, I'm not gonna do many swatches. I don't think I've done any swatches in this, but, like, are you joking? Like, are you kidding me? Like, these are just really, really cool. So I definitely really love this palette. And I think it's super underrated, and I think people need to go out and buy it, and it was super cheap. So yeah, I definitely enjoy this palette a lot. Next, I have this palette from Beauty Gems. I think it's like one of, like, the Ulta brands or something. I do not use this. I don't know why I bought this. I really don't. I don't know why I bought this. I'm gonna give it to my sisters, definitely. This is one of those palettes that you use, like, when you aren't into makeup and you just start wanting to play with eyeshadow. This is, I think, like, that beginner palette. So I'm definitely gonna give this to my sisters because there's no way I'm getting any use out of this palette, and I feel so dumb for wasting my money on it. So yeah, this is goodbye to this palette. Next, I have this Hard Candy palette that I got, like, right when I really started getting into makeup, like right after high school. I will say that these shimmers are actually very pretty. However, I do not use this palette. There's no point in me keeping this palette. I know I'm never going to use it. Like, I try to convince myself, hey, you should probably touch that. I don't. I still don't. So I'm going to give this to my sisters because it's actually a nice palette. I just don't use it, and I know I will never use it. So this is going. And lastly, this is like a face palette from Profusion. It used to have some brushes and stuff in here. I don't know where those are. This palette I bought for my junior prom, which was a while ago. So as you can see, like, this thing is, Yeah, even when I bought this, I knew like this ain't it, sis. I don't know why I bought this because I literally do not use it at all. This bronzer is a joke for me. This highlighter is actually pretty, but I think I've tried to use it, but no, it has like brow stuff in here. I literally just took a chunk out of this with my finger just now. And that's about as much use as I'm gonna get out of this palette ever. So this, I don't even know if I want to give this to my sisters because it's so gross. I think this might be the one palette I actually like just dump. But yeah, yeah, no, this is a definite no for me. So yeah, that's it. These are all of the palettes that I'm getting rid of, which is gross, and I probably need to be more cutthroat next time. However, I don't want to like force myself to get rid of stuff, so I've gotten rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 palettes. Which is, that's all right to me. Like, that's all right. It could be better, but I think that these were the ones that I would like look at in my collection and be like, you're definitely wasting space. Get rid of it. It's so gross. And so I'm glad that I did that. But yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below which palettes you would have gotten rid of, which palettes you would have kept, anything like that. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel to see more declutters for college. And yeah, that is it for me. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!